Hey everybody out there, I'm Pocan Joe, and as always, you're pretty cool for swinging by. Hey guys, new comic book day is come and gone, and I got a haul video for you and some really cool stuff that I got. First off, before we go any further, my contest on doing a video of a comic book that taught you something either psychological or philosophy. That will end on April the 15th. So you need to get your orders in or get your videos to me as quickly as possible. I promise you these two boxes are going to be awesome. And don't forget, you can enter both. You can do one for each one of the topics. Please, 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 please do that as quickly as possible. I think it would be very interesting. And I think if one person kind of gets the ball rolling on this, I think other people will jump in. Again, keep it simple, keep it easy, don't get crazy with it. And you don't even have to get personal with it. However it works for you, that's what works for us. So moving on to my haul video, it finally came. Detective Comics number 1000. I went with these two kind of older variant covers here. I really kind of dug the older school looking ones. I've already read all my books this week, and I'll tell you what, man, there's been some good stuff out there, and there's a lot of great stories in there. And of course, at the end, we get the first appearance of Arkham Knight at the end of it. But I really do think the rest of the stories in there were pretty solid. There's like one, maybe two that were just kind of, but the rest of them were pretty good. So I definitely recommend picking that up. Good stuff going on there. Next is Amazing Spider-Man number 18. This is the Hunted. I went with this variant cover right here. Really dug this story. I really like what they're doing in this. What do we got going on in here? We got, there's no honor amongst thieves type of mentality, with the group being stuck in Central Park and being hunted by rich people. I'm assuming, because it's pretty expensive. Kind of got that going on, and then we got an internal monologue of Mary Jane, who's also, says why she does what she does and how she feels about Spider-Man when he does this stuff. And then at the end, of course, we get another teaser for this mystery bad guy bandaged dude. He's kind of like a ripoff of Mumra from Thundercats. So yeah, he's in there on the very last page. That's it. By the way, we will be doing reviews on all these comic books this Sunday night, 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, on the Blasted or Stashed channel. You definitely want to come by and get everybody's perspective on these comic books. We do try to make it interesting. I think my dog just fell down the steps. Next, we have Hulkverines number 2. Man, this story is just getting better. We got good guys fighting good guys. We got bad guys fighting bad guys. And then realizing if everybody works together, we can do some cool stuff. That's including the bad guys. They're going to do what they do best, and they're going to make more monsters. I went with this variant right here. Just seemed a lot more action-packed for my taste. So I'm really going to enjoy that as well. Next, we got Spawn. This was the one that everybody wasn't sure what the cover was going to be. The covers were all mixed match, so I just went with the sketch variant. I try to go with the sketch variant or the ones that have the most neon green on them. Great story. Don't want to spoil this because I know my Spawn fans are a lot more dedicated than most other comic book readers when it comes to that storyline, as I found out from my message. Next, Amazing or Action Comics number 1009. Hey, this is actually starting to pick up into a story, and an enjoyable story at that. I'm kind of can't believe I'm going to say this, but I recommend it. In this, we get the Question. He's in it. We get Mr. Bones, he's in it. We get why Leviathan, well, we don't get the why, but we know that Leviathan's going around and shutting down all these kind of secret agencies. And then we start realizing how many there are, and so do other people. They start realizing how many there are. So this is really turning into something. We got some action going on. Thank you, Action Comics, for stepping up your game on that one. Next is Star Bastards. Wow. This thing is douchebaggery at its best. Tons of middle fingers being flown in this, and just jerkness. It's a stupid read, but it's funny. I highly recommend it. Even if you see it in dollar bin someday, which I ultimately see it going to the dollar bin. Very enjoyable. Next, we got Wonder Woman number 67. This is part 2 of the War of the Giants, and this is kind of lost me. I'm not interested in this anymore. It's not going anywhere really. It seems like every time we can grasp onto a storyline in it, it gets flipped. And why does it get flipped? We don't know. And we had Greek mythology. Now we're gonna go and throw in more of your English type storytelling with the lady in the lake kind of thing. And I think there's just too much going on in it. Probably going to be my last. I'm probably done with that. Next, X-Force number 5. We get the origin story of young Cable in this. This was pretty good. I really liked this. Definitely gave him motive, and we're seeing where that motive's coming from. Invaders. Man, this is sad. This is... Every time you see an old person die in a comic book, it's like the saddest thing you can possibly see, because it really affects everybody in it. Good Captain America goodness in there, trying to keep the peace or broker the peace. I get it. Cool stuff. Next, Sabrina, the Teenage Witch, number 1. This is the relaunch of this particular comic book, and we got a story of the first day of school again, and that's... They tried to do some cool stuff with it, with a Wendigo and 2 of the students that were brothers. I don't know where they're going with this. I'll probably pick up issue 2, but then after that, I just don't see this being something I'm going to have for a long period of time. Sharky, the Bounty Hunter. This is just stupid fun. Just an old trailer park trash, PBR swelling bounty hunter with some smart kid that hangs out with him. We find out, though, he does have... I'm going to go ahead and say a special power of some sort that would make him a little bit better than other trackers. But we do understand that he's a lone wolf, but the kid, of course, is growing on him as well in this issue. Okay, I'll pick this up some more, and we'll see where this takes us. I'm kind of curious where it goes. Marvel Comics Presents. They left something out of this comic book, and it's called Action. It's a lot of dialogue and a bunch of, I'm going to make a point towards something. I'm dropping it. I hate to do it. I've always been a fan of Marvel Comics Presents, but there's just nothing I can really sink onto it. It's just kind of boring. And I'm just like, it's not the purpose of a comic book. Heroes in Crisis number 2. I've been a fan of this. I know this is one of those comic books where everybody's kind of torn and divided on it. And that's okay. In this, we finally get... Ivy. Yeah, she makes an appearance in here. We find out that there's a love interest between her and Wally. But as far as it kind of confused me on where the story's going, playing with these timelines and stuff. So I'm not really sure about that. Freedom Fighters. This is number 4. Man, this is good. This is good. I'm really digging this. Go get this. It's not going to go anywhere in value. It's not going to be a high-end comic book or anything like that, but man, it's just good storytelling. I really enjoyed this. I love the resurrection of Uncle Sam in it as he walks through the tombs of our basic liberties, and then anytime you punch a Nazi in the face, that's always a good thing. Next we got Dial H for Hero. I went with this crazy kind of just every superhero on here kind of thing. Origin story technically. If you don't understand how Dial H for Heroes works, I highly suggest go back and do some research on that, because they didn't really kind of explain it very well. They may in the next issue, but there is definitely a backstory behind the phone and why it exists and why certain superheroes get the number 4 affected when it's dialed. I know that doesn't make any sense, but you really got to read the comic book to get that. So good stuff going on in there. Avengers Nowhere Home. Man, this thing is powerful. Deals a lot with regret, I've noticed. And also, I'm going to give a more in-depth review of this book Sunday night, 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, over at Blaster Stash It, because there's some great concepts of duality being kind of mentioned in this, and Vision probably did it the best. So definitely go check that out. I'm definitely going to get deep into it. It's going to be awesome. Fantastic Four, number 8. We get our typical story where Doom's smarter than everybody until it's proved that, not so much. And then they publicly embarrass him on a live broadcast throughout the world. We get teenagers that want to be rebellious. I mean, we got all kinds of things going on in this. Not a bad story. Definitely check it out. Just finished up Shazam, number 2 here. Number 4, I'm sorry. Where they're dealing with the other worlds. And so right now we've been in Funland or Fun World. We've got a glimpse at Animal World. And we also got a glimpse, or the Wildlands. And then the Gaming Land. I really like what they're doing here, where they're kind of making this, because the certain characters in each one of these worlds are definitely fitted for that. So I'm kind of excited to see where this goes in this very playful way. I think it's very deep. So good stuff. Also, some things that I got in the mail. I won a raffle, apparently, and they sent me a signature series CGC Justice League versus Suicide Squad number 1, and this is signed, and it's one of the harder variants. So that was really cool. Thank you guys for that. Appreciate it. And also got in the mail, and I believe this is from Dave. He wanted me to read this and see what I thought about it, and kind of, I don't know, maybe review it. I think we're going to talk to the writers and artists of this. But this is Junior Braves of the Apocalypse. Of course, this is a Boy Scout type story. I've been reading some of this already, and I really like what it does here, where in certain portions of the book it reads like an old Scout handbook, where you would write your notes in it and stuff like that. So it has little breaks in it where it's kind of doing that in it. I thought that was kind of cool, and so far I've been enjoying the story. It makes sense. I really do enjoy it. And last but not least, what did we pick up? Of course we had to pick up our previews. Now, War of the Worlds itself, if you're not going to spend all $457, that's what it would take to get every cover of War of the Worlds plus the tie-ins and the entire story. So that's what you're looking at spending, right? Now, is all of it going to be relevant? No. So I went ahead and picked up a preview for it so I can kind of start making my selections and spend my money wisely with that as well. So yeah, and then we'll get to release dates and all that other kind of stuff. So yeah, good stuff. I think that's it. All right, I think we got everything. All right, guys, so check it out. Thanks for coming by. Really appreciate having you. Don't forget, my contest ends on April the 15th. By then, two people, or maybe the same person, I don't know, I said you could enter both. You don't have to like, you don't have to subscribe to my channel, and you can be from anywhere in the world. Just give me a comic book that taught you something on a philosophical basis or a psychological basis. It's really not that hard. Some people are like, your contest is too hard. No, if you understand what regret does to people, if you understand what alcoholism or addiction does to people, or disparity does to people, or why heroes do what they do, what's the stoic aspect, or virtue, or things along those lines. Duality is always a thing in comic books. This is super, super easy. It's just worded weird, if that makes any sense. So definitely check that out. April the 15th, I will be drawing my winner at that point, if there is any. I don't know. I haven't gotten any videos yet. Don't stress this out. It's not that hard. I'll give you another hint. On the philosophy side, you technically can't be wrong. Technically. Whatever you think, therefore you are, therefore you can philosophize on. I don't even know if philosophize is a word. Philosophically think, I guess, should be a better term. I don't know. I'll look that up. And don't forget our show on Blast It or Stash It, 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Sunday. And I'm going to get deep into this No Road Home, Avengers No Road Home, because, oh my Lord, it is just dripping with so much, and I want to make sure everybody gets that. So definitely check that out. Also, I'll probably be posting a few more videos from C2E2 as they've been popping up. Some of this stuff has been rendering. I know I'm going to do one where you kind of do like a walk around to kind of see how large C2E2 is. And then what else do I have? I don't know. We'll find out. Hey guys, I got to get out of here. It's Legion night. I got to go up and argue with old people. But hey, if nobody's complimented you today, you're doing great. Keep on going. Talk to you soon. Collect good stuff. Bye.